one of our requests from LRC for a while now. A lot of other states have done it, and so we're excited to have them kind of identify a point person so that when people want to come make investment in the state, they can. So with that, I'll introduce Daniel.
Thank you, Kelly. Okay, after that photo and lunch, this ought to be very interesting. So, do I have a clicker? So I'm just going to go over the state of recycling in Louisiana. Just a little bit of background, kind of overview of what we're going to talk about today. Background: the annual recycling report, tax credits, recycling programs. Swiffer Grant Phase 1, Swiffer Grant Phase 2, Recycling Council, future plans and goals. So background, Louisiana's term recycling regulations are pretty much based off of Act 185 of 1989, and they created the Solid Waste Reduction and Recycling Law, RS 30, Chapter 18, starts at 2411, RS 30, 2411. The legislature determined that it's important for recycling in Louisiana in order to protect the environment and public health, and to reuse valuable resources. So, current programs for recycling. So we have LRC 33 and hazardous waste. We have Chapter 40, used oil, Chapter 41, recyclable materials. This is covered under the recyclable Chapter 18, the statutes. And then Chapter 103 for solid waste, for recycling definitions, exemptions, local plans. Chapter 104, recycling tax credits for new equipment and services. And Chapter 105, the waste tire program, which is a large recycling program. So the annual recycling report, LDEQ is tasked with submitting a report to the legislature every year about the current status of recycling in the state. We receive reports from municipalities and parishes, and it's compiled and submitted. So that QR code should go to the webpage with the 2023 report. So 2023 was the last report that's been finalized. Didn't get a lot of responses. 15 parishes and municipalities responded, represented roughly 37% of the state population. In the parishes that responded, the recycling rate is about 6.7%, and overall, by population, is about 0.7%. So we have a lot of work to go. So the 2025 annual recycling report will be published soon for 2024. The 2025 report forms will be published once the 2024 report is finalized. And participation is key. Like I said, we only had about 25% of the parishes respond for the 2023 report, so more information, the better. Tax credits for new recycling equipment and other services. So Louisiana does have a tax credit for the purchase of new recycling equipment or services. You can find that in LRC 33, Part 7, Chapter 104, also RS 30, 47, 6005. That's the revenue statute. It qualified purchase of new recycling equipment or services can receive a tax credit of up to 14%. So the price of the equipment. During the 2025 calendar year, I only got one application for the tax credit. I didn't see any for 2024, so it's not being used very much, but it does exist. So I wanted to put that out there. And then next one. Recycling programs, diversion and reclamation programs. So these are other recycling things and programs in the state of Louisiana that's not really traditionally considered recycling when you think about recycling. So you got waste tire program, the emergency debris management plan, which requires 50% reduction by volume and weight. Best management practice plans, so agricultural waste and tree waste that are managed under these are diverted. Beneficial use plans, these are approved by DEQ for solid waste that would normally be treated as waste, but can be reused or sold as a product. Universal waste program, batteries, lamps, electronics, antifreeze. If traditionally these materials would be managed as a hazardous waste, but since they're going to be recovered, it's recycled, so it's kind of another recycling program. Used oil, it's kind of covered under both the statute under RS 30, 2417, but also 40 CFR 279. So this is another, if you don't manage used oil under these programs, it could potentially be hazardous waste. So, but the goal is for it to be recovered. Hazardous secondary materials, again, these are materials that otherwise would have been treated as hazardous waste. And we just promulgated the pharmaceutical waste rule. Federally, it's been around for a bit, but it's pharmaceutical waste that would normally be managed as hazardous waste can be sent back to be remanufactured. So, other things. So, Swiffer grant. So, LDEQ participated in this Swiffer grant we applied for it back in 2022. We received it in 2023. We received $612,000. We're focusing on updating the Louisiana Solid Waste Management Plan, which was last updated in 1993, so it's quite old. Implementing a materials measurement program. If you see the flyers on our table, there's QR codes to the MP program and that additional information there. But it's mainly just to get an idea what is out there, what's being recycled, in addition to our annual recycling reports. And to update and modernize Louisiana recycling rules and regulations. And this is being done in conjunction with updating the SWNP. Then phase 2. LDEQ did opt into the phase 2 of the Swiffer grant to go through 2029. The EPA is currently announcing phase award amounts, and LDEQ Waste Currents Division, we're currently working on our work plan for phase 2. It's due to EPA by the end of May. So any information or any questions or comments or things you think would be a good idea, please send the email. There's a QR code right there. You put any information you put on the boards over there. We'll take a look at it as well. Part of this is we want outreach with partners. So if y'all have ideas, plans, suggestions, we're open for it. Also, this is Marty Perilou. Marty, if you want to stand up there, say hi. Marty's working on setting up a recycling council. The purpose of the council is to provide suggestions from both public and private sectors to the secretary and enhance recycling across the state. So once that's fully set up, it'll be under public meeting requirements and everything else. So look forward to more information from Marty and DEQ about that. Great. So recycling council goals: identify regulation barriers and identify needed regulations to meet the goals below. Provide suggested revisions to the solid waste management plan. Recommend data collection strategies to figure out what we have, where we are, where we need to go, and develop programs to establish networks between recycling collection, material recovery facilities, and end-use markets. So, and then let's see here, current goals. So currently right now, we want to publish the 2025 annual recycling report. That should be completed this month or early next month. Increase participation in the M&P program and the annual recycling reports. Promote recycling, cancel events and meetings. Encourage shareholder engagement in the drafted SWNP. So once, if you sign up for a mailing list, once we're to the draft phase, we'll mail out requesting comments about the updated SWNP. Update the recycling rules and regulations, finalize the Swiffer Phase 2 work plan. Like I said, we'll be doing that into May, and update the LDQ recycling webpage to help the public find material recovery facilities, collection centers, and recycling or waste diversion programs. If you've been to the LDQ webpage lately, we're going through a major update, so it's changed a lot, and we are planning on putting even more information on there as we go. So that's pretty much my presentation. That's my contact information. The Swiffer grant email goes to myself, also goes to Bahara, Kim, and Chrysalis in the back. They're a great team who are also working on the Swiffer grant. The QR code is a pre-made email for a comment or question, so if you want to just send us something instead of asking a question out, you can. But if you got any questions, raise your hands.
Do you happen to know on the Swiffer grant, I know you all are going to apply for it, is there an opportunity for those in the members of the state entities, and that may be a question outside of your realm, if there's going to be another round for them to apply? I know West Monroe and New Orleans, and I think one of the Indian tribes received funding last rounds.
I don't know.
Okay,
Off the top of my head.
That's okay, and maybe we can get that answer in the next. We'll follow up with that information and make sure everybody's aware of it. It's probably an EPA question. Any other questions from the audience or what they're working on?
Hi, Sandra Slifer from Keep Abita Beautiful. I'm just curious, that how many parishes in the state have universal garbage pickup currently? Yeah, because, it seems, I know that the focus is on recycling, but until the parish, until we have universal, low-cost, comprehensive garbage pickup, that it seems, that it's a hindrance in terms of rolling out recycling programs for people. So I'm just curious if you have that data.
I do not. I can tell you from when I was in the Capital Regional Office, that's a 14 parish area around the capital. 12 of the 14 parishes had garbage pickup through taxes or through the police jury. 2 did not. And the ones that did not, we got a lot of complaints about burning and dumping. So I'm aware.
When you're updating your regulations, that has to be a goal.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Sandra. Thank you, Ms. Sandra. And thank y'all for notifying me of a hand over here.
This is less of a question and just some information on the state level, just so everybody may want to offer their support. There's a House Bill 851 right now that is going to attempt again to outlaw balloon releases for litter, and it passed once and it got vetoed by the governor, so they're trying it again. And so I'm hoping it goes through because it is such an issue, for wildlife and for litter. So just to let everybody know if they want to offer their support.
Any other questions for Daniel? Going once, going twice. All right, thank you so much. We appreciate the information.
Thank y'all, and please send any questions or comments you have. We'll look at them and we'll respond to you. Thank y'all.
Thank you.